should have been a clue that anyone that inspires that level of crazy probably shouldn't have gotten out of the dating phase.
When they was busy partying with the Martins, then they switched over from the Martins to Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez, and then the kiss happened on Hawthorne. Her show got canceled. Mark and Jennifer broke up. All of this was going on. Like, all of these motherfuckers be doing all of this wild shit. They ain't doing as much, I guess, now because they getting older. I guess it just moved over to the Wade house. I'm not saying that because of their trans daughter. I'm saying that because of the artist that I just spoke to not that long ago that got invited to a party at their house. Everything was cool up front till they went to the back and there was a bunch of old and young boys back there all naked in the Wade house. So I find it funny that Gabrielle's sitting there talking about Boosie. Maybe you suspicious of him because of the shit that's happening in your house.
Yo, it's your girl Letitia back with some more spicy tea, and let me tell you, I've got the spiciest of the spicy tea. So it seems like Gabrielle Union is on a mission to get back at her soon-to-be ex-husband Dwayne Way. She's making some bold moves by revealing some shocking things about him. You see, Dwayne had a little scandal recently when he got caught cheating on Gabrielle, and now she's out for blood because she's not holding back. She's finally come out and seemingly confirmed those rumors about him being gay and on the DL, and let me tell you, she's got a ton of juicy details to share. This is some serious tea being spilled right now. Folks, and I have all the juicy details, so gather around because, like I said, we've got some juicy drama to dive into, and it's time to spill the tea on the whole Gabrielle Union and Dwayne relationship drama. I failed big, and I failed very publicly, and I failed at marriage. We've all been hearing those whispers about their divorce, wondering what on earth happened. Ned, right, well, hold on to your heads, because it seems like we've got the scoop now. Insiders are dishing out the latest deeds, and it turns out their marriage hit the rocks because Dwayne might have been playing the field with other dudes, and Gabrielle is just done being his beard and covering up for him. Y'all know I love live for messy drama like this, so I'm here to break it down for you now. Rumors of Dwayne cheating on Gabrielle are nothing new because it goes way back to when they first started dating. One of his numerous side pieces spilled the tea back then, saying, I too had my situation with Dwayne, can't lie. He's great in bed, but I definitely would not take him seriously the way Gabrielle does. He sleeps with and flies bees out all the time. They like to act like they're Michelle and Barak. When in reality, things are not what they seem, she continued. Every time some type of gossip comes out, they have to make an appearance to show the media how real they are. He's involved with many girls, and that's to say the least, and everyone that deals with him knows this. Either Gabrielle knows this and doesn't care, or she is playing dumb, which I find hard to believe. Well, it seems Dwayne wasn't just stepping out on his marriage with women. There's a twist to this tale, and it involves some secret shenanigans and escapades with men too. If you'll catch my dill, the rumors of Dwayne living on the down low had been floating around for a while, but they weren't getting much attention after all he'd been married to a woman before Gabrielle, so it kind of threw people off. Even when he and Gabrielle split, he managed to father a child with someone else in no time. So how could he be gay? But here's the kicker, those relationships with women might have been more of a cover-up than anything else. I'm not saying he didn't have feelings for the ladies he was with, because I'm pretty sure that he loved them in his own way, but it's become clear that protecting his secret was his top priority. It's like he was living a double life and not as a CIA agent. Now fans have noticed something pretty interesting about these two. Remember when they broke up and he had a break baby on her? Well, years later, Gabrielle spoke about how hurt she was by his actions, saying it should go without saying that we were not in a good place at the time that child was conceived, but we were doing much better. When he finally told me about the pregnancy, to say I was devastated is to pick a word on a low shelf. For convenience, there are people, strangers I will never meet, who have been upset that I have not previously talked about that trauma. I have not had words, and even after untold amounts of therapy, I am not sure I have them now. It's always been a puzzle for folks how Gabrielle took Dwayne back after the break baby bombshell, but now there's a fresh theory making the rounds. Some are speculating that Gabrielle and Nietzsche left him when she learned he might be gay. However, when that baby came into the picture, Dwayne worked his persuasion magic, convincing her it was all a big misunderstanding and that he was straight, and that's why she decided to give their love another shot. This might also explain their quickie marriage soon after their reconciliation. Word on the street is that Dwayne was eager to lock her down before she had second thoughts. There's even chatter that he intentionally planned that baby to sway Gabrielle. rather than it being some accidental surprise. I mean, what are the odds, right? But there's another odd detail. All that people have noticed, Dwayne and Gabrielle seem to keep things pretty low-key when it comes to Xavier, their break baby. Now let's give Dwayne credit where he's an exceptional father, or at least that's the case with his other 3 kids. He's gone to great lengths for his daughter Zia. Especially Zia's journey as a transom has seen Dwayne Wade's unwavering support, and it's no secret that he went to court with his ex-wife to ensure Zia's freedom to express herself. However, when it comes to Xavier, it's as quiet as a mouse, and people even tend to forget about the boy's existence now before anyone jumps to conclusions about Dwayne not liking Xavier because he doesn't like his mom. Let me stop you right there. He and Xavier's mom were great friends for years before she became pregnant. Not to mention Dwayne hates his first wife Savon Fushis, yet he remains a great dad to their 2 kids, so the dislike theory doesn't quite add up. Also, if he planned for a strategic baby, it would make more sense to pick a longtime friend as the baby mama. Right as the story goes, fans now suspect that Gabrielle had her doubts, but Dwayne works of magic with the break baby, convincing her to give their love another shot. For quite a while, they were the poster couple for black love in Hollywood. I mean, 2 highly successful individuals madly in love. What could possibly go wrong? Well, as it turns out, plenty could go wrong, and fans started to give them the side-eye when Gabrielle spilled the beans in an interview, revealing that they split their bills right down the middle, a straight-up 50/50 split.
Just say I'm head of household because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts this, there's always this like gorilla on your back that it is like, you better work, you better work. You know, you gonna sleep in?
The situation made fans feel all type of ways, considering Dwayne's substantially higher earnings compared to Gabrielle. Her net worth is somewhere around $40 million, while he has a fortune of about $170 million, which is more than 4 times her wealth. It's really confusing why they're sticking to this 50/50 split, when honestly he should be paying more given the income gap. But if you thought that was bad, brace yourself, because Dwayne spilled some more in an interview. Turns out it was Gabrielle who insisted on this equal division, all because Dwayne made a comment during a heated argument that didn't sit well with her, and it made her feel super unsafe.
We decided together, because I think I said one time we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
Y'all know how I said that fans believed that he had a baby to convince her that he wasn't gay. It turns out that Gabrielle still had her doubts because she went to great lengths to make sure that her money wasn't tied with his for the first couple of years of their marriage. In an interview, she said, "The biggest difference between this and the last marriage will be a prenup at my insistence. When you have your own stuff, you don't need to worry about anyone else's stuff, so everyone should go into the relationship knowing I'm here for you, and you're here for me, and the reality is I've never seen Dwayne balance a checkbook, so I got to protect my stuff. It's the wave of the future P. Nuts are generally a wise move, but it's not just what Gabrielle said. It's the way it all played out. The race out. Eyebrows. But that's nothing compared to the bombshell that Jaguar W dropped about Dwayne. Jaguar spilled some piping hot tea about Dwayne being on the down low, regularly throwing some wild gay pool party right at his own crib.
Just moved over to the Wade house. I'm not saying that because of their trans daughter. I'm saying that because of the artist that I just spoke to not that long ago that got invited to a party at their house. Everything was cool up front till they went to the back and there was a bunch of old and young boys back there all naked in the Wade house. So I find it funny that Gabrielle's sitting there talking about Boosie. Maybe you suspicious of him because of the that's happening in your house.
Oh, you know Jaguar always has some tea to spill, and ain't nobody ever sued her yet, so y'all better know that she ain't capping. Her story just made fans more convinced that Dwayne might be on the down low, and it added more fuel to the fire. And just last week, the gossip blog Des Moines had its own scoop, revealing how Dwayne got caught in the company of another lady. The blog wrote Dwayne is very close to a woman, not Gabrielle. He was spotted getting very close to her, spoke to her very intimately while I was there for 2 hours. Gabrielle also has some interesting posts on her Instagram when clarity, truth, and transparency are present. There's only room